Alright, so check this out.
I know, you'll see, somehow, no.
String Damage family, we're back with another episode. This is your brain.
On buzz.
Yo.
Hey.
So, you know, we got our boy RSS Designs. He's always doing the interviews. He's always finding out what people have to offer and what people are doing in the cannabis scene right now. And
hey, yo, so not only do we always hear what he has to, like, all the question he has for other people, we're always hearing Raj talk about, like, he's just diving deeper into these people's careers or
their stories.
The cultivation behind the products they have and a lot of that stuff, the quality. So we never really got to hear who Raj is. RSS Design
69.
69. You know what I mean? Shout out Danny Duncan if you wanna sponsor my boy. He got the 69 in his name. You feel me? We could get it poppin'. But on a more serious note, Raj, we got you in this bitch finally, man.
Sure.
We got you in here. And what's the whole goal of RSS Design? What does that mean initially?
So our RSS Design 69, where that name comes from the time where, so before strain damage, right? I've been in tech for a bunch of years, and even before that, I used to be an environmental scientist. And that's when I was
environmental scientist.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How was that?
It was cool. It was sick. But I quickly realized that, like, my favorite part about the job was getting out of the office and doing field work.
Oh, I bet.
And you take like soil samples and
Yeah. So basically take soil samples and of like places where people were looking at constructing either like energy facilities or real estate construction, and basically making an environmental assessment of, can we build here?
Oh, okay.
That when you're like a soil scientist or a geologist, that's effectively what your job comes down to. It's scientific analysis, it's numbers, it's a bunch of that shit, but all of it comes down to making a decision of answering the question of, can we build on this property or not?
Okay, so being that it was like a past profession that you took into, is it something that, like, did tech get brought up and you found a little more interest in it? Was it what was kind of your draw away from that field?
So this is 7-8 years ago. I'm living in Austin, Texas. I'm working at this place that's both like a consulting firm and they have software for water and electric utilities. And so I'm there as a scientist. I'm working as an environmental consultant. And like at this time, I'm kind of going to a bunch of like tech industry like happy hours and like special events in Austin, but I'm just going for like the free food and like to drink for free, like
just a little event.
Yeah, like it would be like a Thursday evening, they got something going on and you got something with the lady later, and that would be my pregame. But then like I started spending more time there talking to people and actually learning more about what they did. And I basically stumbled on like designing websites, designing like mobile apps and doing that type of stuff with software, just the design part of it, not like writing code. I learned how to do that too, but mainly just kind of the design. And I'm always somebody that like, kind of like doodling and drawing and fucking around. Great.
As far as say web design, so that was probably like your main like draw towards the tech industry.
Yeah, that was kind of the draw, and I basically I got to do a little bit of that at my job to the point where they converted me over to like doing that like for their software versus the consulting stuff. And I kind of just realized at that point no point in continuing grad school. I was going to get my master's degree in geology, dropped out, and kind of built a portfolio from scratch and just hustled and did it.
So I'm gonna rewind, like how you do with every guest on our
For sure.
podcast.
Just because you guys need to see this motherfucker finger, man.
BBG termed it a Colombian baby finger.
Colombian baby finger, man.
So,
What is this again? This sour diesel Cushman's?
yeah, Sour Diesel Cushman's from High Desert Relief. Shout out High Desert Relief.
Shout out HDI.
So give us a little more background on like where you grew up as a kid and where cannabis entered into your life.
For sure. So I grew up in Western New York State, city of Buffalo.
You were born in Buffalo?
I was born in Detroit.
Oh,
yeah.
From a D, nigga?
Yeah, 313, baby.
Oh shit.
Down.
Yeah. Was born in the city of Detroit, and then like for 2 years we lived in Troy, Michigan, which is like a suburb of Detroit where all the Indians and Asians are at.
Like the Rio Rancho, Detroit.
Basically,
Okay.
yeah. And then moved to Buffalo, city of Buffalo, and then around high school, like 10th grade, moved into the suburbs.
Okay.
Suburbs, man.
Yeah.
So, did you ever initially even live in Detroit?
Like I was born in a hospital in Detroit, but my parents lived in Troy,
Okay.
the suburb of Detroit at the time. So
Troy, Michigan?
yeah. So technically, it was born in Detroit, but didn't live there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dope. And then you played sports, right? As a
Yeah. So played a lot of soccer, baseball, tennis, basketball. Really, tennis was like the one where like.
And this is in Buffalo, correct?
Yeah. Tennis was like the one where I destroyed everybody. Everything like soccer, baseball, like average, middle of the pack.
Shout out Buffalo Bills, of course.
Yeah.
But personally,
fuck the Kansas City Chiefs. Any Kansas City Chiefs fans getting fades.
Hey, bro, I have some people that might want to get with you. Hey, but
Fade damage.
Tech Night's gonna want to fight you for fade damage.
oh yeah, for real. Hey, but
Hey, I gotta start. Hey, I just gotta ramp up the training then.
That'd be awesome, dude.
hey, say week for somebody like myself.
For sure.
I haven't been far east at all.
Yeah.
What would you say it's like growing up in Buffalo?
Yeah, so Buffalo is kind of this industrial city in terms of like what it looks like. Kind of like you'll see some like older buildings, some like older factories and stuff. But generally, kind of like a low-key, down-to-earth city. It is a smaller city like Albuquerque.
Yeah, it is.
It's got its hood areas. It's got its nice areas. So I lived in like the north side of Buffalo, which a lot of it is there's immigrants from India, from Asia, from the Middle East. South Buffalo is more like Irish, Italian, Polish, and then like the east side is
Where were you hanging out?
I lived on the north side. I went to school a little closer to downtown. But I was mainly hanging around in that area, like growing up. But then like in high school and stuff, like when I was able to drive, like we'd be kicking it downtown Buffalo. Elmwood Village, that was the spot.
Elmwood? That
Yeah.
was the spot to be?
Yeah. Elmwood, Allen Street. Yeah, that's where we usually hang out.
You've always been a Buffalo Bills fan?
I mean, you can't come from the 716 area code and not be a Buffalo Bills fan. It's just like impossible.
Because you grew up most of your life, right?
Them boys cannot get the Chiefs game. I don't know going like
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, man. Yeah, I'm hoping like Taylor Swift gets pregnant and that like causes a whole distraction from the team, and then they all just like crumble from the inside out. I think that's what's gonna happen. I hope that's what's gonna happen. Taylor Swift, please thank the Chiefs for me. Thank you very much, baby.
If Taylor Swift gets pregnant, she's gonna have like the Antichrist for sure.
Hey, but what's the cannabis industry like? The cannabis community, I should say.
Yeah.
What is it like over there? Was it something where? Cause I know, especially east.
Yeah.
Weed could be something that could get you like in trouble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just
That was expensive as fuck. She's like
Oh,
five,
yeah.
six.
Yeah.
People-
People 20 a gram was completely normal, and for swag too, not even for
Damn.
anything gas.
That's crazy.
20 a gram?
Yeah.
Swag, dude.
That's what motherfuckers were paying when I was in high school, man.
Hey, tell me this bitch is not pro though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is
fine.
100.
Look, white ash gang. If y'all shit do not look white like this, just please don't pass it to me. I know some of you joint smokers out there gonna be like, boy, it ain't in no joint though, but let us roll a joint, it'll be white.
No,
as shit.
I think it's more impressive when it actually does the white ash thing inside of a backwood dog, because it just shows that it's just more dominant over the wood, you know what I mean? Of the burning. I don't know.
This is
Yeah,
a
because now the wood burns slowly compared to hemp papers.
Yeah.
or rice
what you
paper.
guys thinking about this cross?
It's fire.
The sour
Oh
thing with the
shit! Yeah, I'm kind of impressed.
The
Like,
smell reminded me of some old school sour beef for sure.
So maybe like you said, in Buffalo it was like 20 a gram for some swag type shit.
yeah.
When did you start getting gas? Where would it come from?
So
What was the
yeah. So I'll start with like how I first started. Like high school, generally speaking, up until I started, and even after I continued, was generally a good student. Like focused on tennis. Right, I wanted to play in college. Maybe think about playing professionally, and so I was taking that shit seriously. But like I also was just noticing like the stoners right in school, like the kids, like you could clearly tell, like and you know, like some of them, like they just seemed, I don't want to say happy, but like absence of stress, like they were really just chilling,
relaxed.
like they didn't have nothing fucking stressing them out. They weren't getting into fights with people, like they weren't, you know, they weren't on no bullshit. They were just kind of chilling there.
And this say like college scene, is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about in high school.
High
So
school.
I didn't drink alcohol actually until I went to college.
Oh,
but yeah, until I was like 19. Even the first year I didn't really. But no, this was around like 15, so like 10th
Shit.
grade.
Okay.
So like I just noticed these people, and like I kind of.
And by these people, is like a group of little stoners, or
Yeah. One of them was like a straight A student. Like he was on the debate team, but like the rest were just kind of your normal regular hippie stoners. And so like I was on the debate team for like 1 year. I ended up just like, you know, focusing on like playing tennis and getting a job and doing some other shit in school. But I was briefly on it, and I basically talked to this guy about it, and he was like, oh yeah, bro, like I'm actually rolling with the crew to, it's called CITIIES in Buffalo. They used to do this festival in Lafayette Square, downtown Buffalo, called Thursday in the Square during like the summer and the warmer months. It like starts in April and May. And that's, yeah, and like, that was the thing, like high school and underage kids could get in that shit, cause like they were so lax about IDs. So he was like, all right, pull up with me after school, we're gonna ride to this place. And I remember this guy's name was literally Halo. His parents named him Halo. And this was at a time where like Halo 3 was big. And so he's like, yo, Raj, you smell pot, bro? I was like, I'm trying to. Like, I never tried it before.
the voice for Halo is just so exquisite too, though. I just had to get
Yeah.
I don't know what Halo sounds like, but I feel like I know now.
Yeah.
I did know.
Yeah. You did a good impression of Halo for sure.
Yeah. Halo was the homie. Wherever he is, I hope he's doing well.
Shout out Halo.
But and so yeah, he hands me a joint, and it's some swag. My first few times with swag, I like took like some hits, and I was like, yeah, I don't feel shit. And then when we got there, I was kind of feeling a little kind of mellow, relaxed, but like I would call it like a Delta 8 high. Like I didn't really feel it.
Kind of
Like,
like a body call.
Yeah, just kind of, yeah, like you smoke some hemp flower. And I had a good time, and I don't know. I like came back and I noticed immediately though my sleep was just so much better. Like that's something I kind of had as an issue in high school, insomnia, basically being in front of computer screens. And
I would definitely have to agree that like marijuana is great when it comes to insomnia.
Yeah, that's the main reason why I smoke it. That's why I'm a medical patient in the state of New Mexico. Insomnia. So I noticed that and I was like, all right, fuck, like I gotta try this again, but I gotta do it in small amounts. Like I was like initially careful, and then like a few weeks later, in the summer, I was rolling with the same crew, and like they were like, I was like, hey yo, is that I found out that a lot of the shit we were smoking was grown by one homie's older brother in their backyard.
Oh shit, some backyard boogie.
Yeah.
Backyard boogie, backyard. Hey, who
Just-
Yeah.
Gated content, we're putting that on Patreon. All the DBG dancing videos are going on Patreon. So no, like I was like, oh okay, we got some shit from Dave's brother's backyard. He's like, nah man, we got this shit from Cali.
Oh.
And this was the first time I smoked like.
They're always all joking too. This is the one time they're all serious. Raj gets in, he's all, what's going on? Is everything okay? They're all, oh.
This is that Cali shit.
We got that Cali shit on us, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to just calm down. You're about to change your fucking life, bro. They knew it was about to be a life-changing experience.
Yeah.
For all of them maybe too, because if there's...
Raj told his mom like for a month after that, I'm moving to Cali, mom. I'm moving to Cali.
You know,
The
funny.
soil out there is super...
There's something about Cali.
Funny enough, my parents didn't find out about my cannabis use until I was like 23.
Oh, nice, okay.
It took them a long
He's all, mom, I was ripping fucking bong bangers in your room, in your bathroom closet.
No, I had my OPSEC tight as a motherfucker back in the day. Like whenever I was smoking with the homies, I would immediately then go to the Wegmans. That's like our main grocery store chain in like Buffalo, Western New York. They got it.
So it was
in,
kind of like a
Pennsylvania.
little routine every time.
Yeah. Basically, I'd go in the bathroom, like basically just like use the soap and like the fucking scents, like the little air freshener scents.
I feel like everybody's always
kind of fucking do
in
that.
their life, somebody's always had to do like some sort of like a masking after they smoke.
Bro, and tell me why my dumbass would always pull up, like to school, everywhere just smelling like well, you could never tell that I was high, you just smell it or something.
Yeah.
I remember I got in trouble and I was in the ISS room, the in-school suspension. The teacher was like, bro, you're dumb as hell. He was a black homie and I was like, you act like everybody else don't smoke weed in the world. And I'm like, what? He's
Do you smoke weed?
He's all, I'm like, yeah, exactly. He's all, I smoke all the time. He's all, I'm just not dumb.
Yeah.
He's all, I put in my eye drops if my eyes are red,
Yeah.
wash my hands. He's all, after I smoke, make sure I don't smell like weed.
Yeah.
Spray some cologne and I'm chilling. He's like, bro, you could come to school high every day
Yeah.
as long as you just knew how to do it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, shit.
I had the best routine, dog, because my mom, she grew up as like a real Christian dude, like like super strict, like literally it was the devil's lettuce if she found out I was smoking bud, but me and my cousin Matt couldn't help it. Like he would come pick me up from school and we'd smoke like an eighth blunt, and then he'd drop me off at my crib and I'd be all, what the fuck? Well, fuck you, but thank you, you know what I mean? And then I would just get popped every single time, so I had that same routine. I would just get dropped off.
She's all, why, where are you going? I'll be right back.
Albertsons really quick. And
I'm just looking
I
at
go to
it.
Albertsons bathroom and do my thing just like
I got a new girlfriend, watch, I'll be back.
Yeah.
No, that was me every single time. I wasn't like my parents were like militant about it. Back then they were militant. Their perspectives have changed a little bit since, but
Back then it would have been a foot in the ass.
Yeah, 100%. I was not about to miss that shit. Like, I was.
And all the little friends you've been hanging out with over.
Yeah, no.
Don't hang out.
Indian immigrant parents love to be like, hey, yo, fuck your friends. This is what we doing. Like that's standard.
Lockdown.
Your friends did not travel across seas like me to get here, motherfucker.
Yeah, facts. So yeah, like then, like we had a backwood, a granddaddy perk roll, passing it around, and I hit it about 3-4 times before I was like, and then I was like feeling good and like high energy for 10 minutes, and then just hit a fucking wall, and like I was like, I was like, hey, I need to lie down real quick, like.
That's how you could tell people would get super high, like in the circle, like I'd be smoking with certain homies, and then one would just dip out of nowhere, like literally take off in his car, and you're just like, where the fuck did he go? You know what I mean?
That, or they go from being like a person like me, where they're just over here like, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you need some water, bro?
Give me a cookie.
The effects of DBG
Bro, I
on
remember
sushi.
the one homie like just would not talk, and me and the homie were laughing so hard. But we're like, you good though? And he's like, he just kept nodding. And I'm like, bro, we'd ask him questions, but to see like, I'm like, does he just go yes? Or is he just doing that? Like going yes, just a nod? Or is he answering for real? I'm all, are you just nodding the nod? And he's all, I'm like, what the hell is this to come on?
He was jamming Mariah Carey in his head.
My boy Chance, bro, he would get lit, for real. I remember he ain't never smoked, right? And I was just the biggest stoner out the group, always smoking. He's like, it's your birthday, I'm finna smoke with you. Bro was smoking the whole time, and I just remember at 12 o'clock, like he must have had a timer set or something, because it hit 12 at night. And I went to go hand him something, like to hit. He's like, it's not your birthday no more. He's like, I told you I was gonna smoke on your whole birthday, you know? He's like, but I'm done. And it was, bro, highest I've seen somebody. I ain't gonna lie to you. We were smoking all day too, just dabs, woods.
Damn.
Wild.
Sipping White Claws and shit.
So you started at 15, right? And then all the way until 23, your parents didn't find out. How was that when they first found out at 23?
Did they find out like willingly? Like, did you tell them?
No. Well, so like I basically had been like, oh yeah, I tried it once at a party in college when I was in college, but like,
They didn't know his tennis bag was full of ounces.
no, they did not know that. I feel like in high school I was very, very tight with security around that shit, and then in college I just didn't give a fuck because everyone was smoking. Like you see it fucking everywhere. So
I'm grown now.
Yeah, basically.
Tell them I don't know who it was, but
yeah.
what does Telemundo mean?
Television for the world.
Is Mundo?
I guess Mundo is the world.
You heard it. You heard it here, stranger.
So international.
Hey, I never look over there. Like y'all are beautiful. I just
Strain Damage Mundo.
Strain damage. Todo el mundo.
I didn't agree. Hey, what's this?
Sandia Botanicals ice cream cake. You've hit that at least 3 times already.
So what is the couch lock on?
Yeah, that's the couch lock.
Load some up.
Yeah. Load a little 710 salad with the hooch.
Oh yeah.
Hoochie?
Let's do some ice cream hooch.
What is hooch supposed to be?
It's this, I don't know, but it's some sun grow from like northern New Mexico. Like up in fucking Aztec or something.
Hey, when did Raj make his way to Albuquerque though?
Yeah, so that happened, so funny story. So I lived in Austin, Texas for like close to 7 years, and the shit was cool, it was fun, but like I saw it turning into San Francisco where like the rent's just going way up, out of control. I mean, they were already there, like, but also just crime, homelessness, all spiraling kind of out of control. And so I was like, all right, it's time to live in I wanted to change of pace. I wanted to live like either in the mountains or the desert.
You moved to the gutter though, because if you was trying to escape that shit.
No, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? With what I was doing in tech, like in Austin, I'm like everybody else. Out here, I'm balling.
That's very true.
I just moved to higher ground.
A lot of people here aren't willing to go to school for stuff really, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
It's as far as like, I feel like a lot of people like more trades when it comes to like, it's a mechanic or like a freaking...
And that's fair, but like the world's also changing to the extent where like for the job I do, you don't actually need a degree. You just need like a portfolio and maybe a little bit of work experience. Like,
plug me in, bro.
You should. Alright, yeah.
I'm gonna be apprenticing, my nigga, bro. I'm gonna be a tech with the tech.
Oh, tech with the tech.
Boys will
Bro, y'all repping Couch Lock hard though. I see the Couch Lock.
Oh yeah, I met up with Charlie Russell the other day and got a Couch Lock hoodie.
Sounds like something.
I just for me it's
you
the
know what's
best.
crazy though? It's like giving kind of like sponsorship.
Hey, Couch Lock, let's talk.
Yeah. Let's get you guys as a sponsor. We're down to rip this resin.
No, yeah. For me, it's like the best indica rosin I've had out here in New Mexico. Right, I get my indicas from them, my sativas from Caregiver. Also, new extractor. If y'all New Mexico local, catch them at El Baile. Apex Labs has a very good sativa. But yeah, no man, they just have really good shit.
So you came to Albuquerque to get higher ground.
Yeah. Basically, just kind of. I was like initially thinking about like the Phoenix, Scottsdale area in Arizona, because I used to work for a company out there. I lived in Texas working remotely for them, but like I'd occasionally go out there on business trips, and I was like into having the mountains in the background and just like living in like a kind of desert climate. So I looked at both this and then Albuquerque and Santa Fe, and I kind of thought Albuquerque, the people seemed like friendlier and stuff. Like what I've noticed here is that people either fuck with you or they don't, right? Like they're not fake friendly like they are in like a lot of cities on the East Coast and in Austin.
I noticed that. That's what I noticed. It's very different in other cities, even like Arizona. Like I noticed, like that's what you said it perfectly. That's weird. Because
nobody's fake friendly. They either fuck with you or they don't.
Are very fake friendly.
Yeah.
Like even in Cali too, I noticed that. Like even at like concerts, bro. Like some people will seem so cool and like say something happened, like. These niggas turn into straight bitches. I'm like, bro, like...
Yeah, like I also kind of experienced that from time to time in Texas, and I was just like, alright, you know what, like, Phoenix, Scottsdale is more the same for Austin, but like, this is some new shit I could maybe get down with, and so I was like, alright. So that was about a year and some change now. I moved out here in November 2022.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, so came out here, had immediately met a girl, started dating, ended up not working out.
So you are on the market?
Oh yeah.
And that's where you met us though, right?
Yeah.
That time, like a little bit, right?
Yeah, so that's how I got like the cannabis kind of space, right? So New Mexico is my first time living in a state where it's legal, where you can like go into a shop and buy it. Like,
that shit's probably
like weed is very easy to get in Austin, Texas.
Didn't you live out of like out of the country?
Yeah. So in between, so I went to college in Washington D.C. and then I lived in the Bay for a little bit. Was not the biggest fan of San Francisco.
You lived a lot of places.
Yeah.
So do you know how many cities you
So
lived in?
Detroit, Buffalo / Western New York. I'm gonna rope that all into one. DC, Oakland, Copenhagen, capital of Denmark, Hamburg, city in northwestern Germany.